Hello, my vivacious, vigilant Virgos. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi, and I'm here to deliver your guided healing Pokémoncy and tarot reading. Please like, comment, subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And thank you so much for all of your likes and support, Virgo. You guys came in second this month. Congratulations. So you will get 25% off the extended with the promo code SECOND, SECOND, all capital letters. You will also be getting a twin flame bonus reading later in December. So let's hop into it. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We have fragmentation in reverse. So this is telling me that you're done feeling fragmented. There have been a lot of things that have kind of split you in multiple directions, and you're really done with being pulled apart and fragmented. And with parasite in reverse, you are done with parasitic relationships. You're just done with them totally. We have Samhain here. So Samhain is right synonymous with Halloween, basically. So it feels like something could have happened around that time, or even most recently the full moon that we just had, the eclipse in Taurus. And with Samhain, as you can see, like, you know, there's the crystal ball, she has tarot and stuff. So it feels like you're really sort of getting into magic, and you're not afraid of the dark parts anymore. Like, darkness does not, you're not afraid of it. You're starting to understand it and learn how to utilize it in a way. With the Seven of Water in reverse, this is telling me that you're not really interested in keeping your emotions are not balanced at this time. But you're trying to change that here with the Nine of Fire. Nine of Fire is, excuse me, this is Pluto. Whoa, my throat chakra. The Nine of Fire is Pluto, which is the sign of transformation, right? So it looks like you're really ready to allow something to transform, allow something to death and rebirth. And we also have Neptune, which is the second last for this planet, right? It goes Neptune and then Pluto. And Neptune is all about our spiritual practice, existential reality, access to unseen forces, you know, mystic arts and things like that. So you are in a very, very powerful position. And then the next card that came out was Transformation. Virgo, this is beautiful. So it looks like you are not afraid of the dark anymore. You're like, okay, I'm going into this. I'm going to find out, like, you know, my emotions don't need to be completely balanced or peaceful. Like, I'm ready for some change here. With Pluto and Neptune, this is a very powerful, powerful alchemical pair. And you are ready to transform some things. We had Trainer BD coming out in reverse. Trainer indicates somebody else's energy, right? With BD, it could be someone with the initials B or D, but BD used to be a psychic type and then turns into a fairy type trainer. BD is very arrogant and rude, and, you know, ends up being a fairy type. And so, you know, fairy types are soul contracts, right? Fairy type Pokemon for me, which is like, you do this, I do this, right? And that can be a good thing or a bad thing, right? We have soul contracts with our family, friends, pets, lovers, mailman, right? There's all these like different kind of soul contracts that we can have. And this is telling me that you are no longer wanting to have any sort of soul contract with someone who is arrogant or who is mean. You're really done with, you know, bad soul contracts, basically, especially the parasitic ones. So, possibly a Leo coming out with Lit Leo coming there. But, yeah, Virgos, it looks like you are really in a very empowered place right now. Like, you are ready for change. You are not afraid of it. And that's a really great place to be. So, you know, I am a true sidereal astrologist. So, I don't know why my throat chakra is like really acting up. But it is Scorpio season. And so what we are going to do is we're going to take a look into what cycle are you stuck in. And then we will look into what you can do to break that cycle in order for it to end. And then how you can transmute that energy into a rebirth that's coming. And then, of course, we will look into some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. So let's take a look. Virgo, what cycle are you stuck in? Downcast Pride. So we saw that Lit Leo come out, which is some Leo energy, and it was coming out in reverse, which is saying, like, you know, maybe not having the healthiest ego. With Downcast Pride, it's like you know, not feeling proud of yourself in some sort of way. And I feel like that's what you're really done with, is like always feeling down about yourself or not feeling good enough. And, you know, the ego gets a bad reputation. Some people are like, you know, kill the ego, or, you know, I mean, ego deaths are fine, right? But you don't want your ego to always be dead. That's not good. You know, like the ego is basically just the person inside of you, right? The voice inside of you that tells your story, right? You know, like, this happens and that makes me good, or they did that, that makes them bad, right? These are all types of ego stories that are created. And it looks like the ego stories that you've been telling yourself have caused you to put yourself down and not be prideful in who you really are. We have the 10 of Fire here. So part of this may be astrology related. The 10 of Fire, as you can see, these are constellations. So I feel like some of it may be some shadow aspects of astrology that you've learned, is like, oh, I'm bad because I have this in my chart or something. That's not too big on Virgos, but sometimes, right? Like, oh, I'm, you know, nitpicky, or, you know, criticize people because I'm a Virgo. No, you do that because it's a trauma response. You know, Virgos can help people and fix things. They don't have to be hypercritical necessarily. And that could be with any placement that you may have. But with the 10 of Fire, I do get this as some sort of astrological significance. The 10 of Fire is also telling me that you have completed a cycle with another person in regards to your lust or your kundalini or things of that nature. And I also feel like things are starting to connect the dots. In terms of this, the 5 of Water. Woo. So, yeah. So 5 of Cups, right, is usually someone who is very sad, someone who is sort of, you know, mourning something, or, you know, depressed on the couch, maybe had 5 glasses of wine sort of thing. And that's what the 5 of Water represents. In this deck, that sadness or whatever, that grieving, is actually turned into a battle cry, where one is ready to use their emotions as a weapon, or to go to battle for the way that they feel. And I feel like that's, you know, part of this downcast pride thing is, and again, it may be astrologically the way that you were taught, is that you have to fight your emotions because, like, you're an earth sign or something like that. Or again, this very like combative type energy. Let's see, what's the light energy here? Fairy type, again, like, it's literally just the relationships that you get in. It's not you. It's just the type of soul contracts that you're getting in. And so, again, it feels like you're ending a cycle with this person, right? With somebody else. But it is a bit of a fight here. And again, fairy type, right? We saw Beatty, who's a fairy type gym leader, who's very rude and stuff. So again, it goes back to these fairy type relationships, which are, you know, soul contracts. That's the way I read, like, fairy types. So yeah, it's the soul contracts of, like, you do this, I do this. And it looks like you've been in soul contracts where, you know, you put your pride down or something like that. It could be with a Leo. Let's see, what's the shadow here? Steel energy in reverse. Yeah, you're done with getting your energy stolen. Like, you do not want to steal anyone's energy, and you're not trying to have anyone steal your energy, but you're recognizing that it has happened through soulmate relationships, that your pride is downcast because other people are making you feel that way, that you're wrong for your emotions, or that you have to constantly defend yourself or something like that. Steel type, when it's upright, has to do with being able to protect your energy and protect your aura. So because it's coming out in reverse, it looks like you're having difficulty, you know, protecting your space and your energy. And on my Instagram, I did a reading for all signs for the for Libra season theme of what was out of balance. And we did see that there was not so great energy around you, and any sort of spell work that you may be doing, I was very easily able to tap into that energy, which is not good. So you need to make sure that you are, of course, protecting your energy. My nose just started getting stuffy for some reason. So I don't know if maybe you've been feeling down on yourself and it's manifesting as some sort of sickness or head cold. And again, that could be a lack of protecting your energy field. So yeah, like I said, in the extended, we're going to see what we can do to break this cycle and put an end to it. And then what we can do to transmute that energy that, you know, is going through that death into this rebirth for your new self. And then, of course, some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. Okay, let's see. Let's pull a moon here. Which moon would like to bring us into the extended? Believe in the impossible, blue moon. So maybe you think, oh, I'll never be able to get through this. I'll never be able to da-da-da. Even though it seems like you're in a very empowered place, though. Like, you have this fighting energy. But I feel like there's something, it's like, yeah, I can improve, but you're really being asked to believe in the impossible. If you could really see yourself rebirthing into ideal or whatever, and that includes believing in yourself and have a really healthy ego and, like, you know, having pride in who you are and yourself, you're really being asked to believe in the impossible here. I'm going to pull one more. Expect powerful change in reverse, new moon eclipse. So we just had the full moon. Well, it was a partial moon eclipse, right? And so we're going to be going into the new moon eclipse, which is going to be happening, from my calculations, it's happening in the sign of Ophiuchus, but we'll see. And so basically what I'm getting is you can't expect any sort of powerful change unless you can believe in the impossible. Okay, and we see that you're all ramped up and ready for change, but you do have to believe in things that you once thought were impossible. And that sort of goes into the Neptune energy, right? And Neptune, which we saw with Pluto there, right? Pluto is the one that does the transformation, and Neptune is the one that rules the mystic arts, the unseen forces, you know, things that can't be experienced by our five physical senses. And, you know, Virgo, your sister sign is Pisces, and its ruling planet is Neptune, and you guys are polar 180-degree opposites, so it's really hard for you to understand each other sometimes, but you're still polarity on the same thing, and you still can have access to those Neptunian things. And it feels like, you know, believing in the impossible is really something that is necessary in order to facilitate this change, because you cannot expect any sort of powerful change unless you can believe in the impossible. Okay, we're going to look into more of what exactly that means for you in the extended. So if you'd like to follow me there, the link is in the description box below, or the link in my bio, depending on where you're watching. But if we part ways here, I'm sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.